Hi everyone, hope you are doing well. So I just got a couple of requests from my fellow YouTubers that are following me with regards to a couple of video clips that I've made in the past, and they were actually asking if I could actually make a longer video with regards to more detail showing off the Helms Deep mark that I've been building over the past couple of years in my spare time. I know it's not massive, but yeah, they were actually just asking to show them a lot more detail with regards to the set itself. So yeah, I'll just take you through a route of what I've done so far. So over the process of a couple of few months, I've been buying just more additional bricks for the set, just to start working on my mountain piece there at the back, and to extend this portion here at the front section. That's what I've done yesterday so far. Yeah, this mark is actually extended to such an extent you can actually see it's much longer than the table itself, so I need to kind of like buy an additional foundation for it. So yeah, let me quickly kind of like run through it. As you can see, this first portion, this is kind of like my Urukai army. It's a combination of the Urukai army from the Lord of the Rings and a couple of orcs from the Hobbit sets, especially from the Milkwood Elf army. Just with a combination of a couple of additional ladders that I've made by myself. This is the ladder that actually comes with the Helms Deep set. Also kind of like a small battering ram. Yeah, I've also realized that I need to buy more orcs just to fill this section to let it actually look a lot better. I've also added some of the Harry Potter sets trees to this environment to let it stand out. I also see some wargs over there. I've also additionally added this water section. As you can see, a lot of studs, the light blue, dark blue, some invisible ones, and that you can actually see how the water flows to the area. Maybe extend it past this. I've not actually considered that, but yeah, this is the kind of like the front portion. You can actually see it's the part of the additional format of how the Helms Deep looked like. You can also see the Philly and Killy there at the top with one of Rohan's soldiers. I can't remember his name at the moment, but also Theoden there at the back. Some couple of Rohan soldiers here on the other arch section of the outer keep, just protecting the walls. You get some more with Haldir and some spearmen also. If you have a closer look of how it looks inside, there's some couple of weapons that I've added just to kind of like create a passage inside of how it looks. You just look here, there's a kind of like a small gate which gives you access to the inner keep section of Helms Deep. Also a couple of staircases, some additional protection weapons that can protect the keep from any attacks. You can actually realize this comes from the castle sets from 2012, so that's an additional combination I've added. This figure comes from one of the Harry Potter sets. Kind of like wanted to create that statue effect which we can all remember from Helms Deep. The horse, you can also see some additional swords and spears and stuff like that. With the internal section, you can see this doors comes from the Jurassic Park, one of the sets, and I've actually kind of like created a feature where you can move the mountain piece and you can actually see inside how it looks like with your additional weapons, chairs, tables with some rings. You can actually see how I actually created a barricade for the door that the Urukai can't break it down and stuff like that. What I've also done here with the base plate section, this is 4x4 base plates, and I kind of like created a two-way 2x2 slab section with additional bricks. That's a concept that I've used. You can actually see it closer how it looks like as a foundation to create a large massive base plate section for myself. Yeah, here at the back, this is, you can actually see how the problem which I'm experiencing, it's kind of like being supported by the chair foundation that I'm trying to create for the additional mountain piece that I want to build over here. It wants to kind of like form part of this section. I'm also kind of like working on this part here at the back. Here you can actually see a closer image of the Great Hall. What I'm trying to do is build kind of like a staircase downwards in between the mountain section. So kind of like want to create a fold up section over here that you can open and just add some minifigures inside. But kind of like a place where the women and children can escape to and hide from the urukai like what we saw. So these additional foundations, you can see the columns that I've added. This is kind of like a section that I would kind of like add some weapons or the horses and stuff like that. But you can see there's a couple of bricks that I've left there. This passage over here, I've built this so far up to the extended portion with the mountain pieces. Also extended that portion at the back with some base plates so I can add more of these 2x1 flat grey pieces to let it stand out. So yeah, that's basically some, you can actually see with the mountain pieces, additional swords, shields, kind of like creating a foundation for the mountain pieces to come. So yeah, let's have a quick look at how the wall and back section looks like. You can see some of the Mirkwood elves. You will get Gimli, Legolas, that's part of the Hobbit. Minifigures, Aragorn, Elrond. So yeah, a couple of defenses with bow and arrows, some small catapults here, you can see. This was kind of like my own initiative. This was coming from the game from the Lord of the Rings, like a crane section that was lifting up like heavy crates up to the front portion for additional ammunition and stuff like that. Small ballista here at the back. These two small rock feature houses, that comes from Star Wars. You also see that small piece comes from castle section. Also the river that passes through underneath to the back of the mountain section. Also additional trees from Harry Potter. I've also created a small farm there at the back with the horses standing, some carrots, bananas, some spiders, a mushroom. Yeah, all the way here to a well. It's kind of like a small feature of a well where they can use buckets. There's some fish. Yeah, you can also actually see the back section of the small mountain type of houses. Yeah, this is also the ballista, or not ballista, it's kind of like a spear panax, spear defense section. But we can remember that war actually exploded and the orcs actually came through. So yeah, this is kind of like just a defense mechanism that you can create. You can turn I think 180 degrees just to protect the section. Some staircase that you can go up into that certain portion, so there's a two-way section that you can come into that gate, so from the front and there from the back. Yeah, and here's the ladder up to the horn of where Gimli was actually standing at almost the last parts of the movie. So yeah, so this is kind of like what I've done so far, just some additional detail of what people wanted to see. I'm not sure if there's any other additional content that you guys want to see with regards to the mock. This is a project that I've been working on, I think, for the past 8 years in my spare time, and also when I had some money. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know If there's any additional stuff that you want to see, if you have any ideas or suggestions that I can add to the mob, yeah, probably I would maybe have to add some rocks a day at the left hand side, or so yeah, we'll have to wait and see, but it will all depend on my budget. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. So guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.